So therefore, OJ's innocent because Chewbacca is a Wookiee.
Yeah, that's the...
If the Ewok don't fit, you must acquit.
Satan is my master. Satan is my pal. Satan is my friend. I'm gonna see him down in hell. Satan is my master. Satan is my pal. Satan is my friend. I'm gonna see him down in hell. Satan is my master. Satan is my pal. Satan is my friend. I'm gonna see him down in hell. Satan is my master. Satan is my pal. Satan is my friend. I'm gonna see him down in hell. Satan is my master. Satan is my pal. Satan is my friend. I'm gonna see him down in hell. Satan is my master. Satan is my pal. Satan is my friend. I'm gonna see him down in hell. Satan is my master. Satan is my pal. Satan is my friend. I'm gonna see him down in hell. Satan is my master. Satan is my pal. Satan is my friend. I'm gonna see him down in hell. This is the last song I'll ever write. Gonna kill myself tonight. This is the last song I'll ever write. Gonna kill myself tonight.
There was no real epiphany for me. It was just more a sort of a, I don't know if it's a coming of age thing or what. I know that sounds corny as fuck, but I mean, there was just something that I had in my brain that I needed to scream at other people.
I've been listening to music pretty much my whole life. When I was a kid, the first time I heard it was Sperm Donor. He was the drummer in a band that I guess was almost signed once, and there was always this giant ass Tama kid in the basement. And he would try to play guitar, but there was always music going on. My mom was huge into music, sang around the house a lot, even though they completely different styles. Like, he'd have like 70s rock and like bubblegum music playing, and then my mom's playing Charlie Daniels and Neil Diamond.
Okay, I really don't have an answer that probably anyone's gonna understand. I just woke up, and I swear to God, it was my 30th birthday, and I was like, what the fuck am I doing? What the fuck am I doing? I've been living in this fog, in this like weird world of not even living, and I just all of a sudden this thought came to my head. I'm like, I need to play some fucking drums.
So I just sort of I started yelling at people with other people behind me who would make terrible fucking sounds on, you know, various fucking ill-fated stringed instruments. I'm sorry to, you know, like Ica and Matt and all of these other people's instruments. I'm sorry that you had to live through that because it was it was really, really bad. It's not even that I had something to tell you, it's just that I have things that I need to scream, and I want to scream them at you. So I have been lucky enough to find a couple of people who are without a doubt more talented than me, who are willing to stand behind me and, you know, make lots and lots of noise while I scream awful, terrible things.
And my grandma sang a lot too, and it just kind of got me into it, you know, hearing the old polkas. So it's like you hear a lot of the beats kind of music, because, you know, even everybody makes fun of like pop music. There's a beat there that once it gets it, and that's all you want to do is just just dance and make shit that help people want to move their ass. And I just eventually, you know, played saxophone as a kid. It didn't work out so well because I hated my teacher. And he had like a Kanye West kind of ego.
So I fucking went down to Ella's Drum Shop. I love Ella's Drum Shop. Woo! Oh, they're the best. They're the fucking best. Tim the owner, Connor, Al Church, Fred Macy, one of the instructors. This is a dumb thing to do because I'm gonna leave someone out because I'm fucking drunk. So I'm sorry if I do. So many people there that are awesome. Mark Hader. So I just like, okay, I want to be. It just came to me. This is what I need to do. So then what do I need to do? Buy a drum set. Okay, so I walked down to Ellis and I'm like, I need to buy a drum set. You know, just like straight off the farm, like fell off the fucking tomato truck. You know, like long, natural color hair. You know, blue jeans with like a polo shirt on. I like to buy a drum set. And so they gave me a drum set and then I was like, well, I suppose I need to get a band. So, okay. You know, and none of this time did it like dawn on me that the next step should be I need to learn how to play the drums.
Nothing I can do to eclipse the
You need to have a sense of humor about your genre, and honestly, I hate even the word genre, but we kind of get my band gets kind of pigeonholed in certain genres, and I mean it's fine, like I get that, but if you're not doing something new, then you're doing nothing fun. And you need to stop doing what the fuck you're doing because it's not fun anymore. If it's not fun for you, then it's not fun for us.
Well, here's the funny thing. It's because of music I ended up in Minneapolis, but not for the reason anyone's expecting. I had really nowhere else to go. I was in Grand Forks at the time because I went to high school there. And was in a couple cool bands. And I was in one, like, when I graduated, it was, you know, starting to... It seemed like this was a good band, let's roll with this, but we couldn't play anywhere because it's Grand Forks, North Dakota. Where the fuck are you gonna play? If you weren't doing classic rock or you weren't playing country, no bar would take you. And we were pretty heavy. I don't know if anybody remembers Harsh Reality that's watching this, but when we first started, we were, you know, trying to be like Slayer-esque as far as sound went. We're a metal band. I guess that's the word the kids are using nowadays.
Or no, I answered an ad for an all-girl 93X cover band. And I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. So I go down to this audition and they're like, okay, hi, you know, blah, blah, blah. Do you know how to play System of a Down? or White Zombie. That's like, fucking right I do. No problem. So I like bring in my drums. I don't even know how to set them up at this point. So I'm like, kind of this. I'm trying to remember what Fred taught me. Okay. And they're like, all right, let's do, what is that song? 1965.
Just 65.
Yeah, that's that. So they're like, let's do that. I was like, okay. So I'm like, remember what? You've heard it on the radio. So they start playing. I'm just like, and I'm just like, hey, you know, making crazy faces. And they're like, oh, you were awesome. You gotta bullshit them sometimes.
I used to play with this band called the Lethargics, and we played. We opened for the Hostages in, I want to say, 1998 or 1999, and it was wonderful. Like, they were super great. They were really kind to us, and they didn't need to be because we were fucking butt awful. We were the worst fucking punk band ever. We were doing songs like, I mean, we were covering again, Black Flag and fucking Minor Threat and Bad Religion. Like, it was really, really bad. And they didn't have to be as nice to us as they were, but they were very, very kind. And they invited us backstage, and we went backstage, and it was really fun. It was actually the last show for their band. Like, they were disbanding after that, and they were all going to go their separate ways for, you know, whichever reasons. I'm not exactly sure. So they invited us backstage, and we went backstage, and we drank a bunch of booze. We did a bunch of blow. And yeah, I know, right? Whatever. The dreams of a 19-year-old fucking punk rock star. Yeah, I was awesome. Like, fucking 12 years ago, I was such a cool dude. But yeah, so we went backstage. We did it, and like, I mean, what is it? I mean, come on. To get invited backstage by a band like the Hostages.
Oh yeah, totally.
It was, yeah, it was huge.
And so we couldn't play anywhere, and we ended up like, fuck it. Well, we had an old guitar player that was living in town. I'm like, let's go there, you know, get him back in the band, and be able to play in front of a market that we know has people. Because, you know, even living there, like, all my friends, you know, about once a month come down and check out shows at First Ave or 7th Street. You know, if they didn't have tickets, they'd wait outside until they could find a way in. And because we didn't get a whole lot of good shows out there, so we came here, like, in the back of a pickup truck. And so I kind of ended up in Minneapolis by accident. But it was a happy accident, because eventually, you know, my time with Harsh ran its course, and I ended up meeting the people I formed Rape Door with, and a lot of good things are happening for us and all of our friends in the scene. And, you know, it's like, what the hell are you throwing at me? That was like the world's biggest tampon. And it had wings, so.
Flew right past you.
A tampon and a Red Bull. A tampon and a Red Bull? It gives your wings wings.
And they hired me, and it was like the best group of girls. Kat from Psychopathetic.
Sure, yeah.
Yes, she's awesome. I love you, Kat. And at the time, Amy was the bass player, also an awesome, awesome chick. She went on to play for a few bands, and she's a great bass player. And we didn't have a guitar player, it was just us three. And so a guitar player comes in the next week, walks to the door, and walks in Miss Christine Debo. Yes. And then I take a pause, because Christine Debo is probably one of the coolest, most epic, most awesome guitar players.
She's dope-tastic.
She's dope-tastic. I have nothing but love and respect for that lady. That chick can pick up a guitar and make you fucking want to just bash your eyeballs out with, because you have so much emotion. So then we started just, you know, dicking around, me and her at practice before everyone got there, and we wrote this song, and we're just like, it's like a kind of a really fast punk song, and we're like, shit, we don't want to do covers. And I'm like, fuck no, we don't. You know, still not knowing what the fuck I'm doing. I'm like, yeah, fuck covers. What are we gonna do? She's like, we're gonna start an original band. And so we're like, you know, Kat came in, and I love you, Kat, and you know, and she's doing awesome. But we just had this vision, and Christine was like, we're gonna start a band. You go home tonight and you come up with 5 names to name the band. I'll go home and come up with 5 names. And so, you know, we did, and I write down my dorky names like lust-filled, you know, pussy romp or something. I don't know. So we meet up the next day, and she's like, okay, here's my first name, River Bottom Suckerfish. And I was like, done. So that's my introduction into music. And we went on to play together and record an album. And we were on the first Tromapalooza, Minneapolis Tromapalooza soundtrack. And then she, you know, she had some other things she wanted to do in her life. And so she went her way, and then I met Ron Rudlong.
We went backstage and did our thing and partied hard, and it was their last show that they were doing. And then years and years and years went by, almost a decade, and then they did a reunion tour, and I had no idea that they were doing a reunion tour. And they were repressing their 7-inch Grebo. They had the Hostages had an EP, a 7-inch EP called Grebo. It's amazing. It's fucking incredible. In my opinion, one of the best works of Midwest punk rock of all time. It's fucking incredible. And they had a limited press, and they wound up having like 40 or 50 extra 7-inches that were left. So they were giving them away at the show, and I got one. But here's the thing: is that we got when I say we, Missile Dick, we got tapped to do a Superior, Wisconsin show, like a couple of shows. It was Norm's Beer and Brats, and I want to say, what's the Blues Bars up? The Blues Bar up there.
Oh shit!
It's named after the lady.
I know what you're talking about.
Regardless, we got tapped to do that show, so we did it. And a gentleman by the name of Eric Freetog, who you should speak to, by the way, he's an amazing fucking metal booking agent.
Heard the name many times.
He's very, very good. Now, he booked all our shows up in Duluth and Superior and all that. Well, he booked us as a Duluth band because I was living in Duluth at the time. What I tried to explain to him is that, you know, though I live in Duluth, we're a touring band. Like, we need our touring band money. So we can't just do like $40 a show. Like, we need our touring money. You know, it's more than $40 just for gas. As long as we can break even, then we're fine. But like, we need that break even point. So we play the show, and then some big fat hairy dude comes up out of nowhere and just taps me on the shoulder, and he's like, "Hey, I remember you from, you know, from the Grebo days." And I'm like, "The fuck are you talking about?" Like, I don't fucking know. Like, I'm about ready to get raped at this point. I had no fucking idea who this dude was. And turns out it was the Hostages, and I played in the Lethargics. I opened for them on their last show, and without knowing it, we also opened for them on the opening show for their like reunion tour or whatever. And we all got they gave us all 7 inches, like we no pun intended. The first 7 inches and then some. But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. I loved playing with those guys, and they were honestly the only people that got our brand of joke metal. We do sort of like a, I don't know, it's been labeled as lolcore.
I mean,
yeah, we've been together for a few years. I joined it. It was Ron and Nicole originally. It was like this their thing to do whatever the hell they wanted, and they weren't really playing shows at the time. And I've known Nicole for a while. She was living at my house, and we're like, hey, let's go jam tonight, because neither of us had anything going on, because she was playing with River Bottom Suckerfish. And I'm like, yeah, let's go jam. Yeah, just because I haven't played with anybody in a while. I was trying to get, and I just gotten done with Harsh, so I need to get my bass chops back a little bit, because all I did was sing in the band, so I didn't get a chance to play a whole lot. So I figured I was kind of rusty. So we're jamming, and Ron who is also in Rape Door, shows up. He's like, hey, I want to jam too. I'm like, cool. So now we got like this whole band jamming. I'm like, this will be fun. And like, we just got like run over some stuff because, you know, he needed a last minute band for a show. So he was like, I just gonna put Rape Door on the bill, and it was just gonna be him and Nicole playing on stage. And so I'm like, yeah, I'll just play along with you guys are doing that, and we're playing, and it worked. I mean, it gelled so well that, you know, I found out I was doing the show next Saturday. I'm like, okay. And it works because me and Ron
came together beautifully,
yeah.
Just kind of melded.
We all write very similarly, like as far as, I guess, how we attack writing, and we all have different musical influences and whatnot, but yeah, we're a very tight-knit family with us and a lot of our fans. It's like, we almost feel more appreciative of doing shows for people, I think, than like people coming to our shows. Not that I don't appreciate people coming to the shows, but it's like, I like when people are there because it's like, I want to make my friends happy.
Awesome. Ron Rudlong. You can't describe Ron Rudlong because he is a force of nature. He has been created from things that don't even exist. My tape fall off yet? Okay. Because I just imagine Ron somewhere being like, make her tape fall off. He has those powers. So I met him, and I was like, he's in 90 bands at that time. We Are Awesome, Dolphins of Tomorrow, the 12 Rons, Mouth Babies.
Rons. Remember that shit?
Yeah! Mouth Babies! Babies made in your mouth! With Trevor E., who is awesome. So he's like, I was like, God, I'm not playing music, and now that I got a taste of it, I can't stop. I have nothing else. This is what I need to do. I will fucking eat tomato packs of fucking ketchup. I don't even fucking care. I will, as it proves, just yesterday, will drive to anywhere at any time with no gas in my car. You can ask any of my friends because I run out of gas once a week. And
I have a punch card.
Yeah, exactly. Every time I run out of gas, they get a free coffee. It's not bad. Because Rape Door is, okay, let me just start by saying Rape Door is my soul. When I met Ron Rudlong, me and him started the band, I instantly from that day forward, I knew that this is what I'm gonna do, and I will do whatever it takes to keep doing this. Even if we're not doing anything, I don't give a shit. I just want to make music in this direction because I saw it in his eyes, and he has a great beard, so I was like, oh, great beard, kind of distracting. So me and Ron met, and he was the booker for Big V's, which is a great establishment where River Bottom played their first show and where Rape Door played their first show. Thank you, Vic and Jeannie. Big V's is an awesome bar. Music 7 days a week. They'll let anybody come in, first time bands. Whatever genre, they'll put 5 different kinds of bands on a bill. The great vibe, it's just one of those dive bars, like, we're like the bar, you know, like Jeannie's just like, ah, oh, these kids, fucking hate them, but secretly I think she loves us because we love her. And you know, it's just the best. I mean, they deserve a lot of thanks and love and appreciation because they've made a lot of bands have the, you know, the balls or give them the gumption to go on. So thank you to Big B's and Vic and Jeannie. Yeah.
In that we just want to make people laugh, and we, again, Missile Vic, we get booked consistently as a metal band because we have a lot of metal songs or whatever. You know, we do a lot of like 3/2 thrash stuff or whatever. Like, it's fine. We don't mind it. We love the metal guys. We love the metal fans. Love playing for them. Love partying with them. Love them. But it's not really our jam. And nobody fucking got what we were doing except for the Hostages. And they were so fucking rad and also so fucking old.
Yeah, we've played shows with nobody there before, and we'll still put on like the same show. It's just the more people that are there, it's just like we get more amped up, the crowd gets more amped up, and it feeds off each other because we're basically hanging out with our friends and given a license pretty much when you're doing a show to do whatever the fuck you want. Why not take full advantage of that? You know, bring your friends up on stage, you know, go jump in the crowd, and go lay on the bar, you know, it's rock music, you know. Rock and roll has always been like just about fuck it, you know, like if you work 40 a week, you just need to let go once in a while. So fuck it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And Kevin, the bartender that does the Irish dance. Or, yeah, okay. Did I already use up all my time?
Yeah, I love
yes.
playing with those guys.
Yeah.
So all we do is just write songs,
Which is perfect.
which is great.
Yeah, they always play there.
And and sometimes just writing on stage, like just in the moment, like the weird shit that happens at a live show will inspire you just like just start doing something. Next thing you know, boom, it's a song.
And that's fucking perfect.
I like it.
To other musicians out there, if it's not fun anymore, then you need to fucking stop what you're doing.
Drunk Nikki on a Sunday morning. She's going to the liquor store to get herself some booze. The liquor store man says we're closed today. She says, fuck you, sir, I will see you on Monday. Drunk Nikki! It's Drunk Nikki! It's Drunk Nikki! Stoned Odie every day of his life, right? He doesn't want a skateboard, he just wants to get high. You're Holden, you're William Holden, you're Holden Caulfield, you fucking Holden. On a time I was falling in love, now I'm only falling apart. Nothing I can do, total eclipse of the... It's Stone Odin! It's Stone